Hi everyone. Uh, yeah, this is a very random first video, but it is a part of a series of presentation and knowledge dissemination that I'm trying to build uh, and create a kind of knowledge dissemination method. I would say um, that I'm working on and would want to share with everyone. Um, yeah, so in that process, I just wanted to, yeah, post this video first, which is, which will be explaining a mnemonic or a remembering technique. Not exactly a word mnemonic, but some kind of a gesture mnemonic to remember to be curious. So, in this series that I'm trying to create, uh, it is for building an understanding of what mindfulness really is and how to cultivate it. So, one step within that is to be curious, to cultivate curiosity, to learn how to be curious. And once you become curious, that's when and how you start discovering things. Or it is this process, it is the way to discover um, anything and everything. So, the this mnemonic would be talking about being curious uh, and how being curious is related with discovery. So, so yeah, basically, it is kind of in this knowledge dissemination part or brief part of it, I am just trying to uh, urge people to become curious, curious to explore the world. It is the stance that you can take of being curious. It is a quality that you can embody, a skill that you can cultivate. And as you become curious, you start to observe and discover. So it is this process of observation and discovering. So, observations like, oh, this is how the pen feels in my hand. Oh, this is the smell of coffee. This is the way. This is the way a laptop looks and the way it sits on my lap. This is how the sound of a salt shaker is. And this is how my rice tastes. So, yeah, it is about discovering your five senses. So, remember, it is a good way, a good way to remember to use your five senses. Observe through your five senses. Be curious about your five senses. And then, once you have those five senses, then you would have the world in your hands. So you'd be able to discover the world, or just remember to discover the world with your five senses. So use the five senses, discover your surrounding, discover everything around you with your five senses, and discover the world. When you start discovering the world, you would also find that how now with this power of our understanding of the world, you can now discover you. Like you as in, I can discover you, so you can discover someone else. You can discover the person in front of you. So, whoever is in front of you, you can discover them. You can see them, observe them as the whole person they are. So, the process of curiosity, uh, being curious about your five senses, discovering the five senses, discovering the world, discovering the person in front of you, and then, in as you can see, when you're pointing that side, there are three fingers pointing towards you. So, yeah, remember to then discover yourself. So, be curious about yourself. And yeah, so this is how it works. Discover the five senses, discover the world, discover the person in front of you, or discover the relationships um, associated with you, and then also discover yourself, which is you pointing towards yourself, who you are as a person, who you are as a human being. So, yeah, this is my small way of remembering uh, how to be curious, and yeah, mainly how to be curious, how to cultivate that, and the kind of things that you can look for, the kind of things you can observe, um, starting with the five senses. Your five senses are here, and then remembering that the five senses would help you understand the world, which is in this, um, yeah, in this gesture, and then pointing towards the other person and pointing towards yourself is the discovery process of interconnections, relationships, and yourself within. So, yeah, thank you so much for listening. And yeah, that is it. Thank you.